Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another free pre-market broadcast presented to you by Investors Underground. Got another, this is what we do every single day in the room. I get the guys together, some of the mods from the team, and they share their watch lists for the day and just run through the plan for the day. If you like what you hear and like what you see and you want to stick around and find out more about what we do, then head over to investorsunderground.com and join us in the chat, and then you'll see those updates throughout the day. Just before we get stuck in, just a disclaimer, this video is for information and education purposes only. These are not buy or sell recommendations. All right, cool. I think I've covered everything else, so let's get stuck in. Up first, we've got Judah. Judah, take it away.
Yep, good morning. Good morning. Starting off with some earnings out this morning. We have SE. They missed their earnings, but they beat a little bit on their sales, 41% and 35% earnings per share and revenue growth. We've been pretty much consolidating since this last earnings gap. It's just been steadily grinding since last November, and we're getting a decent push here. Pre-market 167. So we're pretty much coming up on these key levels here. It is pretty big push, 4% ADR, but nonetheless, I want to keep an eye on it. If we have some sort of trend off open or any flushes into maybe this 162's level, I would want to see how that reacts. And if not, then some potential delayed reaction in the coming days. Pony, ER out as well. Earnings per share negative 13%, up from 91 cents year over year, loss of 91 cents year over year, and sales 21.5 million, up from 12.20 million year over year. They also accelerated the Genset robotaxi production with over 200 newly produced on track to scale up to 1,000 vehicles by year end. Pretty much unchanged reaction here. We're pretty much in the same range as it closed yesterday, but pretty huge move back in May. Came back a little bit. We've been consolidating since. I want to look for any push through this 1530s. I kind of prefer, when they don't push too much in pre-market and they hold up. If we get some sort of opening range opportunity, then I'd be there. Overall, we get this. We have this pretty big daily going on, so anything through that highs, I'm interested. And then Circle, pretty big push as well. It could go, like 182, 185 today, but if we open up at 179, 180, I may not be interested. This is probably one that I want to keep an eye on for a delayed reaction if we do build over 180s, but still on watch. Pull down a little bit and kind of like core weave down here, consolidation after its pullback, and then we get a little bit of a gap up in continuation. So Circle, I'm just going to keep an eye on that, see what it does. Then we have APLD, earnings gapper last week, gave a delayed reaction on Monday, and now we're just holding up here. A little bit of a reminder to QBTS, when they had their earnings back here, we had a prior top. It consolidated near that prior top, and then we, busted through and pretty much almost doubled from there. So if we get that same sort of, perk up through 1450s, 15 level, then I'm looking for that, prior 1540 breakout. ASPI is one that Josh had on his scan last night. I would like this, maybe another inside day or two, but it's holding up well. It's, one of the few names that look good on my scans as of last night. And, if we get through 10 potentially today, otherwise I wouldn't mind waiting a little bit longer. And then PL, just tightening up, another, decent setup going on here. They had an earnings gap back here. They had about a 240 million euro deal over here with some PRs in between. And now we're just holding up. This 650s is a clear level there, even from this prior top in February. So if we could curl up through that, then that would be another one of interest for continuation. That's what I got for this morning. I'm going to pass it over to Emil.
All right, thanks. Morning, everyone. So for me, it's going to be BTAI this morning. I like the fact that after hour pushed against this high from the past and sort of rejected that area, and in pre-market showing obviously some weakness. I am going to watch any push against 650-ish or red to green, leaving room up to 750. Higher the better though, but any rejection of this area I'm going to consider for a short. Also looking at Givo, same thing, keeping an eye here just in case it's going to push higher. I would be interested to see a swipe higher than after hours highs, ideally 225-ish, 230 plus. That would be something I would be really interested in it. Might have some resistance here at 2 area. We shall see if after 10 a.m. it's going to behave heavy or it's going to stuff at this level, but ideally it's going to have a push slightly higher in order to have a better setup. Also looking at Tesla this morning, big move with the CPI. This daily really looking pretty good, but still for me, looking at this one for an entry, but I'm not going to chase it here. I would really like to see some dips versus green to red area, or a slightly build up above 340 area, and then maybe an opening range break for a trigger long, and then risking these levels. So I'm not going to just buy it here. I'm going to wait a little bit after the open, see if it's going to offer a better risk reward. Also keeping an eye on Pony. Same thing here, nice build up in the past 2 weeks. We shall see if there is going to be any follow through, but I am going to keep an eye here, see if if we manage to build up above 15 area, but with the mention that this one it's pretty choppy, so I'm looking for a long swing here, so I'm going to give a little bit more room for error. Still, given that we have these past 4 days at this level of 1430 area, I'm thinking that I'm going to risk that level. So I would really like to see a build up, then leave room up to this area. And then we shall see if there is going to be any follow through. So looking for a long and potentially swing here, but also want to see it unfold a little bit. ASTS, another name I'm watching this morning. Here, I'm looking more or less at any push against 55 or even 56 area. If we are looking at the daily, we can see that there is a lot of volume which been churned here, and also some sort of resistance that been stuffed few times. So if we manage to have a fast push early in the morning against that area, I'm going to give a shot for a short, at least for some profit taking, and not necessarily looking to hold it, but if there's going to be any push against 55, 56, and then a pullback under 53, 52, I'm going to work this trade around the core, and we shall see if it's going to stay heavy in pops or it's going to build up. And the last one I'm watching, it's Meta. Meta been building pretty nicely in the past few days, and this morning it's going. So I'm watching for a breakout here. As you can see, it's building up pretty nicely above these highs. So I'm looking for a continuation. So we shall see any, dips, and see if they are going to be soaked, or going sideways and then watching an opening range break, maybe on a 15 minutes. It's something that I'm interested in it. So yeah, that's what I have for today, guys. Have a good one, and passing it over to the next one.
The next one, I think Josh has dropped off because I think his watch list over that's with Judah. So I think we've got everything covered off for today. Thank you so much, gents. A ton of variety as always, and as I said, this is the same process we go through every single morning. And like me, for example, I tend to just take a few examples from the guys. I don't watch all 10 or 15 or however many tickers are mentioned. Just try and get in where I fit in and what resonates with me the most, and matches my setup. So I recommend everyone do something similar then. And if you are interested in joining us, then please check us out, investorsunderground.com. Obviously, my details are on the screen. All right, cool. Thanks very much.